good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Arkansas Razorbacks. Palmer, guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Longhorns will kick it away first. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking for a crease. It's Green. At the 35, he's got loose. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Even dating to the days when they ran the option, Arkansas has always been built around the ground game.
It makes Jerry Jones happy, huh? Noted Arkansas fan, always talking about the Hogs, his Hogs. And this team is always built on that physicality, built on that toughness.
With the catch, it's high. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
I'll tell you what, you could tell the defense knew exactly what they were doing. They were dialed in, took away the primary target. And then it's on you as an offense. Now I got to adjust. I got to do something different to what they're doing.
Looking to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun snap, and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning 2. That was beautiful.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. The sweet feet buy a little time. They get to him as he throws.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Makes the catch. It's Ferguson. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
Off the play fake. He's got it. First down and more. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. The Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. On first down. Here's a heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
And the Razorbacks headed quickly to the line. Quarterback making adjustments. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking for the goal line. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to blow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
And this offense, you're halfway home. All you got to do is do the same exact thing, Palmer. Fall forward and be physical here.
And that's why they practice these goal line situations, right? It's to step up and be physical in moments like this.
Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
No bones about it on that 3rd down and goal. You knew exactly what they're doing. We're not kicking field goals. We're here for touchdowns, and it is a physical run. He lowers his shoulder right between the tackles. Going to get in the end zone. Way to start this football game for this offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the gun, give on the inside. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
Definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about running that puppy out.
Hines is way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Takes a hit as he fires. Got him, and nobody's close. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Now they'll run it on the toss. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Breaks into the open. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
Man, I just love physical backs that break tackles and get those extra yards and show that toughness, Paul.
He's so hard to get on the ground, David. He plays with great pad level and also has phenomenal balance for a runner.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Deep shot for the end zone. he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. That's the end of the quarter, and Arkansas has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down. And I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations. And we know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time. So you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
Caught over the middle. It's Hill. Turning it on. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. First down here for the offense. Lost a throw on first down. Moving out of the pocket. Wide open downfield. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. Remember some of the years when the Hogs spent a lot of time in the Wildcat just running it? You don't have to do that with this guy quarterback.
And it just makes you less predictable, right? You got a running back in there. You know you're not going to throw it very much, but when they do have
time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack. You avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on 3rd down.
That is exactly what I would tell this quarterback to do. Throw that ball away. Don't force it. Don't create a turnover down here in the red zone. We still got a few more downs to go. Nice job by the QB with the decision-making.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Big fella moving.
And I think that completion is as good as a first down, right? Because you set yourself up now in 4th and inches. Quarterback sneak's going to get it done. You can keep this drive alive.
All they need is a field goal to make it a 2-score game, but they are going for the jugular and the touchdown here on 4th and goal. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting a big stop.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for the...
he's got some space.
God,
really good job by everybody there.
That's a
well blocked,
safety,
good
bro.
run, and a first down.
How many ways can I get it to my running back who's a baller in space? This is a really good job. Just toss it to him, right? I want to throw it to him. Yeah, I want to run up the middle, but I want to get it to him as many ways as I can. Toss it to him, get him on the edge, do a good job sealing the edge. He'll do the rest. Just give him the ball in space. Good things will happen.
And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
They'll try the toss to the left. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill. And I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going. And as a result, he's going backwards. That's a big TFL for the defense.
Oh, man, the big fellas, they usually have the soft hands. Your security blanket is your tight end, but that one hit him in the hands, and he just couldn't pull it in.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Quarterback making checks. Wants to go up top on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Back to pass. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And the flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. Defensive holding, an automatic first down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Floating away. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
To the air on second down. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Grab behind the line. It's Green. He won't get there. It'll bring up fourth down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Razorbacks will line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking to take a shot. Makes the grab on the right. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Try to get it to the edge. Running to Green. There he goes. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that 1st down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand. When he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line and makes the tackle for him.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offense.
And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Texas! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Every coach in the country talks about finishing half strong. Man, how about that? You get the touchdown, a chance to tie this game up and take all the momentum into halftime.
And the extra point is good. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Just enough time for one final play in this half. To the air on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Fires into a world of traffic, and it's picked off. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the 1st half.
Give me that interception, and he gets a touchdown.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Tough. He gets ball. Tough.
And the Razorbacks will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. Bringing it back. He'll go out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Just couldn't quite shake free. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make...
I did not even mean to... Good Lord, bro. I'm going to lose this game.
Everyone has the same call.
I know it. I just know it.
So much for the idea of halftime settling down this crowd. They are ready to roll in the 2nd half. They'll open this 3rd quarter with a run. They open the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
Right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. He's still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
The Longhorns line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Sets up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They haven't really been able to line up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the right. Right on the money. Breaks into the open. Pass to Teddy. Touchdown, Arkansas! And with that, they got the lead here in the second half.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Sends it back in motion. Trying to beat him to the left. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Let's it fly. What a
And
job
his running
to lay
back is
out and make the
catching that.
catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go to the ground. He's in open space downfield.
Come on, bro.
Good
Why does
call,
it make my
good
guy
execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
That's crazy.
Well, obviously, the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy first.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
Let's go.
And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at it. Caught in the backfield, it's Haas. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few.
Block one person.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Backed up now. Here's second and long.
Touch a soul. That is tragic. That is so tragic.
Off play action. Bringing the heat. Pulls it in. It's Brown. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? He wants to change this route. Takes it from the gun on third down. Skips away from pressure. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Nice job in coverage on that third and short, defensively taking all the throws and options away for the quarterback, and now we're setting up fourth down.
Kick is in the air. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds.
This got too many chances. He's running back Z. Come on.
This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. On the move, it's Hardy. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. And now on 2nd down for this offense. The pitch to the left. And some room to work. Just has a knack for hitting that move on time. He's out to the 33.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Longhorns really need to keep this drive alive on third down. He'll try to get it through the air. Takes his shot. Grabbed over the middle. It's Hardy. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
They were really starting to put a drive together. And after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. The give out of the gun. He works his way inside the 30. They'll mark him down at the 29. It brings up 4th down, and let's see what they do. We've reached the brink. Arkansas has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Scored game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down.
Let's go.
Can't find his man. It'll be
cheesy
incomplete,
RPO.
and that is a heartbreaker this
Try
late in the
that
game.
cheesy RPO.
And some people won't like that, but I like aggressiveness, and that's who they are as an offense, so it's okay to be aggressive. But I know one thing now. After that 4th down stop, and you're trailing, I'm going to need my defense to be aggressive. It's going to be a big possession right here.
The Razorbacks will hustle to the line. They'll run the toss. Turning it on. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
It's a point in the game. Win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Under fire. That's reeled in. It's Fields. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the 1st down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Motion from the wide receiver. Caught in the backfield. It's Brown. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
From the red zone, looking for a man. Grab behind the line. It's Haas. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Caught in the backfield. It's Hudson. Touchdown, Razorbacks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
He'll take another shot here. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's Wingo. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue.
Going for the big play. Oh,
Let's
he
go.
dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
This time on target. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. Wants to throw it. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense...
Grabs it inside the tag. He
This
was working his way
this
toward
man's
that goal line.
playmaker
They'll
game
stop him at the
elite.
2 after the big play up top.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He wants it all. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in the window. Good pass defense.
Tackle 24.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. They'll lead the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. They'll go to the air. Moves around to clear up the vision. And
Let's
they
go.
get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
Yeah, and now trailing with a little over 2 minutes, it's looking bleak. My defense has got to go out there and get a stop immediately. I got to stop the clock as fast as I can, try to save as much as I can, and then put my 2-minute offense together. There's a lot that has to go right for me to get back in this ballgame.
Why is he unblocked?
Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Second down, he'll throw it. Got it in the middle, it's high. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, is still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense. Now, they got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Razorbacks come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. They just needed a few inches, and the defense knocked them down in the backfield. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. The Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the inside give. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Got the first down, looking for more. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
And the Razorbacks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll try the run. Oh, he's got some space. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Even with this lead, they're going to toss it again. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
That will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here.